The flight got delayed due to weather. The layover was only 1 hour. The delay left us with like 10 minutes max. The way I dragged my family across the airport, bro, woo, we were literally the last ones to board. And when we were at the gate, oh my god, this pissed me off so bad. There was this dude saying, so I can take their spot, right? I can get on this flight, I can go to Japan. This dude was so giddy. I zipped past him like, nah, you're not taking my seats. You're not taking our seats. I'm getting on this plane. I am having this vacation trip today. When we finally got on, I quickly realized there were like no empty seats. This plane was packed and booked. The majority of the demographic were people in my age, like Gen Z, and I was like, wow, we really want and do have the same dreams, I guess. It's kind of funny. I think I ended up watching Crazy Rich Asians and Mashal, but only the first 2 episodes because that's all they had. And then I switched to playing on my Nintendo Switch. Then finally, I landed in Japan. I was already awestruck just being in the terminal. I think at this moment I realized, oh my god, I really did accomplish my childhood dream and was just in this weird happy daze for the entirety of the trip. We went through customs and they had like these high-tech facial recognition devices, and then when we got to the guy where we had to hand in our passports to get stamped, he had like a PC from the 1990s. Made no sense. Dude was super apologetic, and I said, no, it's okay. It's not your fault. It's just weird that you got these high-tech stuff back there, and then you got that thing. And he laughed, saying, yeah, tashikani that, which I think means you're right. I don't remember. Not gonna lie, that made me feel super smart. My family was in awe when getting out of the station. We came at night, so the LEDs on the stores and billboards looked really cool. Honestly, Japan is exactly what I expected. There's some good and some bad. The hotel we were staying at was nice and like super family friendly, but on the way there was like a drunk guy on the floor and a policeman talking to them, and it had a really like strong nightlife around the area, which was weird because family friendly hotel, bars. Finally, we got to our hotel and I got Nihongo josu by the hotel staff. Like, I just got here. There's nothing to josu about my Nihongo. But I digress. We got to our room and then we went down to the grocery store to get ingredients for breakfast for tomorrow, then conked out because tomorrow is a big day for us. My sister is a really big fan of Harry Potter, and I didn't know about this, but apparently they had 2 different attractions in Japan dedicated to Harry Potter. At first I was surprised to learn Harry Potter was really big in Japan, but the more I think about it, it kind of seems obvious because there's a lot of Japanese media and anime obsessed with magic and British-esque schools. The studio is in this really, really peaceful and quiet park. I've never been a park where it was just quiet. Not even birds or insects were chirping. It was really weird, but so calming. I would love to walk here during my lunch break or after work. They also had a cafe midway the museum where we ordered some lunch and butterbeer. I did not like the butterbeer. Oh, and here's a pro gamer tip. Don't get the digital guidebook if you can speak and read English. There's no point. I ended up not needing to use it at all. I thought the descriptions and videos were going to be in Japanese, but no, they spoke English. Like, duh, why would they make Daniel Radcliffe speak in Japanese for more than 10 seconds? Next up was Sunshine City Mall. This mall was big. It had multiple floors too. But unlike the malls in America, it had really low ceilings. It kind of made me feel like I was scuttling underground sometimes. Near the center of the mall was a stage or a performance area. I didn't film it, but I think there was some idol girl group that were doing a high touch event. They really had a decent crowd too. The reason why I was in the mall was because I wanted to go to WeGo. It took me a while, but I finally figured out that Atlas section on the map is just a gathering of different brands that didn't have their own store. They just set up really big booths for everything in an open area. You would think the prices in the mall would be cheaper than America, but no. mall stuff is always super expensive no matter where you go, I guess. After we were supposed to go to a clothing store nearby, but and by we I mean I, got distracted by a gachapon area. You see, while planning the trip, I saw on social media that they were releasing a new Twisted Wonderland gachapon series of their sleeping figures. And guess what I just happened to find? Heart Syllabulo. I managed to get everyone except Riddle. I got Ace again instead. Oh yeah, while I was there was somebody there that was counting or looking at the top of the gachapon bin. Is that some kind of mathematical proven strat? I wanted to ask what they were doing so I could copy them, but my Japanese. So let me know in the comments if you know. Okay, where were we? All right, the store that we wanted to visit. When we got there, we noticed that the only thing on display was medium. When we asked the staff if they had different sizes available, they replied, no, it's one size. I did not know this was a thing at all. Here in Japan, when they say one size, it literally means they carry that one size only. The more I think about it, the more interesting the difference is, and I wonder how culture influenced such a stark difference. Anyways, if you're looking for a one size fits all, it's called free size in Japan. We finally exit the mall and head towards Lashinbang.
Lashinbang is up there, but it's actually up here.
But I got distracted again by a store called Stellaworth because it said Girls Games in English. And as an avid member of Girls Go Games and an otome game liker, I went in there. I saw almost all the otome I knew. I was psyched. They even had some BL, and right next to that was some R18 stuff that I decided not to film. All I will say, it seems to be like a drama CD series. It said Sex Drive on there, so pretty obvious what it is. Yeah. I ended up buying 2 plushies of my fave from Taisho X Alice and a standee of Mozu from BUSTAFELLOWS.
But yeah, I love this shop. There were so many signs like describing each like otome game in Japanese, of course, but like you can tell like they care about their merch and stock here.
Okay, now I'm going to Lashinbang, and I'm going to be honest, at this location I was unsatisfied with the selection because I was looking for otome, but it had the typical popular anime like Spy Family, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia. They also organized it by character, which was awesome. I wish the book-offs in the States did the same.
I have a whole chart for Gojo.
Next up, Shirogaya, which is really close by, which makes sense because I believe I was walking around Otome Road, or more like Otome Zone. It wasn't all in one road, to be honest. I thought it was one road. No, it isn't. It's like an area, and there's like a big highway in the middle of it. So yeah, not a road. Maybe it used to be one. There's actually 2 Shirogayas, and I made the mistake of going into the buying one, which thankfully was pretty easy to understand because like they didn't have merch. It was just like a counter, so I was like, oh nope, not my place. I went outside again and I saw a sign that said there's one in the basement floor, and that's where I found it. And it's good that I found the basement floor because that's where all the Jose-muke goods were. So success. I think on Google Maps I later found out there was a first floor, but I never found it. Guys, I'm just as frustrated as you are, okay? I'm not gonna find a lot of things. You're in my shoes. You'd understand that there's just too many stores and restaurants and signs shoved up right next to each other that even Google Maps can't keep up with. They got twists and actually a whole section in the corner for Jose-muke games, and it's right next to the dojin. I saw some Jade Beach dojin displayed, and I was like, oh, they have twist dojinshi here? I need to find it. The problem is I can't read. This is where I had to lock in and use all my angles of my vision field. I spent about a good 10 minutes running around the doshinji aisles before giving up and asking staff for help. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I did see some staff earlier being super friendly and helpful to other foreign customers that speak English, so I decided to try my chance at it too. Also, I did have a reservation to a pop-up cafe that was a 2-minute walk from here, so I wanted to hurry up and go. Bro, when the staff showed me where it was, I was flabbergasted because Twisted Wonderland was written on the sign in plain capitalized English. The only reason why I didn't see it was because I was looking in the wrong direction.
Of what? Twist?
Yeah, underneath the shopping mall.
Oh. I didn't notice.
Oh my god, there's another one underneath it.
Oh.
I'm so blind. Someone please come get me. They categorized everything so lovely. Not only did they indicate where the Twisted Wonderland Doshinji was, but they also wrote specific ship pairings or couple pairings, I should say. I ended up buying a Kalim keychain, a dojinshi for myself, and a dojinshi for a friend, and we went onward to our next adventure, BUSTAFELLOWS Cafe. It was a basement floor, and we saw two other guests in front of us at the staircase waiting by the door of the cafe. Before we knew it, we saw the receptionist pop up and come up right to us, and they handed us a menu after I showed her my reservation link on my phone. They asked for our name, and then they checked through their own device. Then they asked me a question that I had no idea about and did not recognize. I guessed it was a question about how many people, but just worded weirdly. So I answered 2 people. They repeated the question again, and I had to admit defeat with "Eigo onegaishimasu." Then even something worse happened. They gave me like the no kind of look. Guys, I want to evaporate. Who could have thought that my activities related to my hobby would also be region locked, just like my games? But it's okay, because with the power of technology, I said "Shotto matte kudasai," and whipped out my translation app and clicked on the mic button. They asked me, will you two be paying separately? And I said, yeah, daijoubu desu. I never gotten that question asked before service, but if that's how they do it here, that's how they do it. Bring me my anime boys. We got our menu and filled out what we wanted. You see, on the reservation website, they explained that they took your order beforehand and only once. So if you wanted to try something else on the menu, you're out of luck. So order everything, drinks, main, and desserts at that time only, because that's your only chance. Then we finally entered the cafe. It was pretty small, but it had a ton of seats and was filled to the brim with BUSTAFELLOWS decoration. I was in awe, not because everyone in the fan cafe was my demographic and it was like the first time seeing this many people liking otome in one place in real life, but also because I was here too. So like each character on the menu has like their own dish. I ordered like mozu stuff, so I ordered the shrimp gratin. I never had a gratin before, but I didn't care because this is mozu's dish, you guys. I honestly, watching
Marichu's videos,
I didn't think the food was going to be great or spectacular, so I had low expectations. But when I took a bite of this shrimp gratin, bro, it was so good. So simple yet so good. I want to eat it again. Oh god. It was I'm not joking. Like this is like one of the best foods that I tried on this trip. After that, I bought some merchandise and did some gacha pulling. Then dessert came and we shared that.
It's a cereal underneath. The ice cream's not that hard. Come on.
I think I just really lucked out on the dish that I picked out. So thank you, Mozu. Believe in Mozu. Then I went back and bought some more merchandise, and apparently the black binder they give you is the check that you have to take and bring to the merch cashier as well. I did not connect the dots when the other customers came up to do that after the PA announcement. Oh yeah, they do announcements on the speakers. I was like, the first time I had to pull up a translator app, and it was just them announcing that they were gonna close the merchandise booth soon, so buy what you need. They also announced like to bring your check up to the cashier while you're at it. Lastly, they had a message board where you can leave sticky notes to the character of your choice, and they have a Twitter account where they actually reply in character. Like that's the entire Twitter account. It is so cute. Of course, I wanted to leave a message to Mozu, so I was gonna write, "Oh gee, I love you," but that's like super generic and doesn't give the person a lot to work with, so I decided to write a cute little tidbit about my experience here. So I wrote, "The shrimp gratin was so good that my sister stole a bite" in Japanese. I did get a reply from the account a couple days later, and Mozu replied, "Treat your sister nicely." You want to know why he said that? It's because his sister is missing in the story. His parents are dead and he thinks his sister's dead too. Why did I forget? Why did I forget? Rose, when you're happy, do you have worms for brain cells? Can you not think? Can you not think? Oh my god. Mozo, you don't have to say anything. I know I'm a horrible human being. I'll jump off, okay? So, that was embarrassing, but past me was spared from that embarrassment because she was in her own little world the entire time. We had one last stop before we went back to our hotel for the night, and it was a ramen shop nearby. I was still kind of full, but I always had room for ramen, especially for my first ramen in Japan. I think where we went was super foreign friendly, so I was a little bit worried about the taste, but it was good. Never like anything I had before in the States. I got 2 eggs. I didn't even have to pay like an extra $2 to get it. It was for free. It was good, but I was too full from everything else to finish it, so I gave it to my brother because they didn't offer takeout. Funny tidbit, a cute toddler walked up to me and I was like, "Oh, gee, hi," and then she immediately tried to reach for my pocket, the one that happened to have like change. So I was like, oh, I'm getting adorably robbed right now. Overall, a really good day. My sister pointed out that I kept forgetting things throughout the day, and this is true. I might be psyched, but clearly my mind and body cannot keep up with my emotions. I think this is where I messed up on scheduling because everyone, and I mean everyone, was super tired because I literally made them go outside after maybe like an okay night of sleep. Except me, I was ready to go. So I dragged everyone to Shinjuku because I was getting new glasses at Ginza. The one we went to was in the underground mall. When it was my turn, they displayed my number on an LED screen and I went to the counter. The staff asked me if I had picked out my frames yet, and I said yes, let's go get them. And I didn't realize there was a chair in front of me, so I tripped. I was okay, don't worry. They ask if you can read hiragana, and even though I've been studying, I wasn't confident enough to use it during an eye exam. So I said no, and they offered the shape version of the eye exam instead. They then check to see if your frames fit on your head, then you pay. So I called over everybody with a loud voice, and I think I scared the staff because they started talking to themselves like they were in an anime. Yeah, I don't know. After that, we went to ABC Mart. It's a chain for shoes, and my dad wanted to get some flip-flops. Nothing much to write about. I'm not really a shoe girl. All I'll say is the prices for the shoes were pretty similar like the ones in America, so I don't know if it's really worth getting anything. There are some brands that I haven't seen before in stores like Onitsuka Tiger that could be worth it since you're going to be saving on online shopping, but yeah. Everyone was pretty hungry, so we decided to get some curry at Koko Ichibanya. After we ate, we went to go pick up our glasses at the little cubbies they had at Jin's. Half of our group felt really tired and their feet hurt, so I was like, ugh, okay, fine, here's the room key, get there safe or whatever, blah, 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 blah. So the rest of the day was spent with my mummy. I dragged my mom to Koenji, a really popular place for thrifting clothes and designer bags. Not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna find a bunch of good deals, but the clothes were pretty expensive. After visiting 3 other thrift stores and a grocery store because my mom wanted to get strawberries, I managed to find this cotton t-shirt with a baggy elbow cut sleeves in this beautiful navy color that went well with my outfit. It was only like 500 yen, and I wear it every week to this day. Big win. I tried convincing my mom to go to Nanko Broadway because I wanted to shop some more, but she was too tired to continue walking. And so that's how I never managed to go to Nanko Broadway. A shame because apparently that's the best way to find deals on anime merchandise and figurines nowadays. I guess I'll never know. However, I managed to use my brother to go out shopping once more. It's finally time to go to K-Books Game Con, the place that has the most twist merch in store.
But as usual, I got distracted because there was another K-Books on the way, and I figured out this was the VTuber or live K-Books. A lot of VTubers that I didn't recognize were in there. Okay, so this is like the street to like 5 different K-Books. They're all right next to each other. I don't know. Like, guys, please just get a building. So I went in that one over there that was across the street. This was like, I don't know. I think it was like idol music stuff like that. Oh, music projects. Anyways, I left that one. Okay, but yeah, didn't find anything that I really wanted there, so I crossed the street to attempt to find GameCon. I don't know where that is. This one, this one's the Oshikatsu one. It was really nice. I should put all of my friends. Okay, this one's the GameCon. It had Identity 5, Honkai Star Rail. Yeah. They had like a bunch of like gacha games here. Honestly, the store was pretty small, but they had like a good selection of like different IPs. This one was Token Rambo, and then finally Twist.
It's like one aisle, and the prices seemed more on the expensive side, but at least they aren't American eBay prices. I bought some stuff for my friends and some stuff for myself. With bags full, we went back and got Mr. Donuts on the way back. It was good. A little more expensive than Dunkin' Donuts, but that's okay. I'm on vacation. I want to talk about the weather in Japan. I went during May, so it was really nice weather until it started raining. And on top of that, it was humid with a little bit of heat. The heat was fine. Like, I can handle heat, but the humidity made it so bad. Like, I started choking. I had a really specific anti-frizz humid control hair gel because I knew it was gonna get humid over here. Like, that's my holy grail at home. And even that gel couldn't fight against this humidity. I was shocked. I looked up online to see what people use to keep their hair from becoming a frizz ball, and they said they used hair wax. So I got some from like a pharmacy store nearby. Yeah, that didn't work at all for me. So I ended up washing my hair, which is really bad for my hair texture to do so, but I did it anyway. Hair turned into a hairball again in like 8 hours. There's no winning. My hair is not made for Japan. I just looked ugly for like the rest of the trip. We went to try fluffy Japanese pancakes. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like this place. It was very plainly a tourist trap for people who wanted to try fluffy pancakes, and I wished I could have picked a better spot. I also did not feel very welcome there, as I felt like the waiter who served us was super passive aggressive, but that was just me. Everyone else was like fine. And I bring this up because like this is like a common theme I've witnessed throughout the trip. For example, I saw a couple of tourists standing in the staircase that leads to the subway, and there was a dude in a suit that clicked his tongue and rolled his eyes before passing them. Like, that's not a big deal, but why doesn't he and a bunch of other locals be more confrontational about it, right? Like, this is your home, you got home field advantage. This is you own this place technically. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. I get a bunch of tourists back home and say excuse me so they can notice and move out of the way. But this, I think, really gets me. People just wait. They don't go around them or say excuse me, they just wait there. Like, huh? That doesn't make any sense to me. I saw this woman standing behind a foreign lady, just looking up and swinging her basket in a really exaggerated manner. We were in a konbini, by the way. No sumimasen, no excuse me, like nothing. Why? Don't you got places to be? I don't get it. I don't think I'll ever get it. Okay, after this, we stopped by an ABC Mart nearby because I wanted new walking shoes. The one I had were okay, but I could tell they weren't going to do me any favors later on this trip, so I got some New Balances. Then it was off to Shibuya 109. Shibuya 109 was riddled with trendy clothing and items, and one of the few ones with an open ceiling. Just like the Sunshine City Mall, many of the stores here carried only one size. We came here because my sister really wanted to get some Liz X Lisa. She ended up not buying anything, but the store right in front of Liz Lisa called Ank Rouge had a really cute purse that she wanted and ended up buying. The store clerk was super, and I mean super friendly, which works in your favor if you're trying to sell stuff. She really forced us to talk in Japanese and practice our conversational skills, which I am grateful for. I was kind of nervous because, to be honest, my Japanese was not that great, but tell me why. Well, my sister responded perfectly to questions that I didn't even know or understand. You mean to tell me this entire time you could speak a little Japanese too, but decided to watch me suffer and handle every other interaction we've been having throughout this entire trip? Okay. None of this was cheap, by the way. Honestly, it depends, but I feel like some of the stuff marked way higher than the actual quality of the product, which surprised me because I know these are like well-known brands in J fashion, like Lolita, and a lot of people like them, so I was like, oh damn. Next up, we went to Senior Store to buy some stuff for ourselves and friends. My favorite is Guratama, and I'm glad they had quite a good selection of the merchandise. Later, I learned that some thrift stores had Sanrio stuff that we could have gotten from, and the exclusive Japan only plush keychains I saw there were also in some tourist souvenir shops I saw later on. So like there's some of the Sanrio stuff you could get for cheaper in other places, is what I'm trying to say. And then we stopped by a couple of more shops. I ended up getting some cute hair ties. I did want to try the food court, but past me already reserved somewhere else, so I continued to bring my family along a nice walk on a super sunny day. Like honestly, I should have Ubered. It was like a perfect distance to Uber, but like there was still so much more time during our reservation and we could literally walk there and get in time. So like I was like, why not? Make my family suffer. I went to this Dragon Quest themed Lawson on the way and picked up some souvenirs for a friend, while my family picked up their favorite konbini snacks. Don't ask me how they discovered them so quickly. I don't know either. Like, they know where everything is now. Then we kept walking up and down hills, and the landscape turned from very downtown city like to a rich neighborhood. Before I knew it, I was like, oh shoot, the place we're going to is fancy. After I tired everyone out and made them all sweaty, I introduced them to the tea room. I saw this place on TikTok a lot and wanted to go there. The venue was very cramped, so like you could hear everyone's business pretty easily, but luckily it's like air conditioned, very good. We were sitting next to a duo from California, and behind us were some fans that were like fans of some idol group, I think. Couldn't recognize them by a glance, but like they had a bunch of standees and like they took pictures with them. I was surprised that the staff offered to take a picture for them. I was like, huh? The more I think about it now, the more I kind of thought it's a given because they take so many standee and Nui photos with their food here. At this moment, I wished I was with my friends in Japan. Oh, this would have been the perfect place to go. They brought out a lot of courses. Everything was super pretty and the waiters were super nice. I felt a little underdressed, but the staff went around and took cute photos for each group. So yeah, a very photo op type of place. We also got to try out the spaghetti ice cream thingy. I loved it, but at this point I was getting a sugar headache. Ashamed to say I left some food on the table, and I think we left pretty early. I don't know if there was any other courses, but great experience that I would do only once with friends for sure. And I mean only once. It's pretty expensive experience. Now that we overdosed on sugar, we hiked back near the Shibuya train station. We could have gone home now, but there was another reservation that I made that day. Guys, learn from me and make only one reservation per day. Multiple ain't good. We went to the soccer shop again because my brother finally decided to want to buy the sports team shirt earlier or something like that. I think this one was a flagship store because it had multiple levels too. They had everything. Next up was Mega Don Quixote, but we saw the crowd in front and was like, hell no, and decided to go to the Uniqlo nearby, which was less-ish crowded. I ended up having to go to the Don Quixote anyways because I had to go bathroom, and oh my god, why was there so much toilet paper on the floor? I've never in my life seen such a dirty bathroom. But I really had to go, so I did what I had to do. I think I ended up buying like a couple t-shirts from Uniqlo. I also bought some stuff from GU as well. Finally, it was 8 p.m. and we could finally end our day with karaoke. Yep, I reserved for karaoke, and honestly, I didn't have to. I feel like we were the only ones in that Joy Sound place. They had a drink bar, which was really cool. I ended up buying it, but we didn't use it that much. I also did reserve a bunch of add-ons like an iPhone charger or a converter to display on the screen. Don't know what happened to that, but I didn't really ask because 1, they didn't charge me for any of that stuff, and 2, I was too tired to figure out how to request it in Japanese. I recommended my family to buy some refreshing drinks from the official Jack Jean collab menu. I got lots of postcard freebies thanks to my oh so kind and generous fam, and that will unfortunately be the only Jack Jean merch I've gotten this entire trip. The server who brought our drinks allowed us to each choose one postcard from either 2 boxes she had. One box had CGs from the game, and the other one was custom illustrations that the collab had. You don't have to search up everything on the digital tablet. You could also just look at the top 50 in charts and go from there. Really fun though. And also they had disco lights. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'll learn at least one Japanese song to sing next time for sure. Sunshine City Mall again today. I think I really pushed everyone to their wits' ends yesterday, so it was just me and my brother. We hit up the Pokemon store to get a souvenir and some Pokemon cards. Then we went to the One Piece store and bought some stuff and took some pics with the statues they had out. I saw a bookstore on the way and decided to buy myself the Twisted Wonderland Fanbook Volume 3 that came out recently. Oh, I got socks for my new shoes that I bought yesterday at this workwear place. After we were done shopping in the mall, we headed to Animate, but you know, the K-Books was on the way there, so and it was Twisted Wonderland, so a little detour doesn't hurt. I think I ended up buying even more cream and then one souvenir for a friend. Thank God there aren't any K-Books in the States. I think I would be broke. Then we went to Animate. Not gonna lie, kinda underwhelming. I was expecting there to be more anime merchandise, but it was only 2 floors and the twist section was so tiny and was mixed with Disney villains merch, which is, I can't really complain, but like, damn, I guess it really is a niche. I'll say, however, that they are very diverse with their options here. They had a section dedicated to Alien Stage merch. That surprised me. The way that everything is set up makes me believe that they really only display merchandise for a limited time amount. I'd speculate they don't really have permanent stock here for everything except the really popular IPs. They did have other floors, but I didn't have enough time to check them out, unfortunately, because the fam was getting hungry. We ended up eating lunch at Gusto's, a chain family restaurant. Just like the curry place we ate at earlier, they had a digital tablet you can order at, and they had an English language option too. We all ordered our dishes with the option of a drink bar as well. I drank so much strawberry matcha from that, you have no idea. Oh my god, we need that as an option at like buffets here or something. They also give you an option if you want everything to come at once or have the desserts come at the end. Next up, Akihabara. I've heard online that Akihabara wasn't like it used to be. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to any of the anime figurine shops nearby, nor the thrift stores to buy secondhand phones, or the arcades because I made the mistake of bringing the family to Yodobashi camera first. A really big department store that has everything that anyone could be interested in. I think there were like 8 floors at the one I was at. Each floor had like a list of what they had in English on a sign that's above the escalators. So it was pretty easy to find whatever you wanted. Using the elevators here was pointless. There was too many people that you spent more time picking up people on the way to the upper floors before going down, so we just used the escalators. I went to go buy a mouse because my gaming mouse broke for the millionth time, and honestly, I was so over it. It's not worth buying a cool gaming mouse with LED lights if it's just gonna conveniently break right after warranty's up. So I went to the office section, not the gaming section. Best decision I've ever made, honestly. The price was so much cheaper and the quality was way higher. Also, the options here are so oddly specific. They had mouses for different sizes of your hands. When I got back home, I realized they had like measurements on the side of the box so you can figure out if a small or a medium mouse is a better fit for you. Of course, they had the PlayStation section here too. Anything PlayStation 5 related was still pretty expensive though. They also had a really big Nintendo section here, and they had otome games available. I was like, what? I don't remember what the titles were since it was all in Japanese, but it was really cool just seeing otome games out in the wild like that. I know some video games in Japan are sold with English translation if you really wanted to buy a physical copy. I learned that you have to look out for this icon in the front cover to see if it has it. They also had a bunch of Nintendo Switch 2 promotions here. My mom wanted to buy some electronic kitchenware stuff, but we didn't know if the voltage was good to use because it's 100V in Japan and in America it's 120. So she ended up getting knives. They're my parents' favorite things from Japan because it cuts so cleanly and easily. And also a salt shaker that I got from a grocery store. After we were done shopping, we decided to just eat dinner and head home for the night since it was getting pretty late. And that's when I saw Hema Sushi. I am so grateful that I got to eat here because no one in my family likes sushi, but they looked at my eyes and they said, you know what, girl, go get it. And I was like, yippee! I have tried conveyor belt sushi before, but I always hated the fact that I had to pay like $3 for a plate for like 2 or 4 rolls of sushi. My brother tried ordering ketchup for fries, but they had none, which actually, now that I think about it, not a lot of restaurants here have ketchup just on standby. I was like, always like soy sauce or some type of spice seasoning, I think. Huh. It was so nice looking at the bill after we're done eating and not seeing it cost $100. Amen. This is my family's and my first time ever going to any Disneyland, so honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I tried watching videos to figure out what rides they had, and it seemed like Beauty and the Beast was the most popular, and the food was like really good. That's all I got from the videos. The videos also said that you should get there as early as possible, like at 9 a.m. when the park opens. Yeah, we woke up at 8:30, so that wasn't gonna happen. We ended up getting there at like 11 a.m. The Disney Castle in the middle of the park was super gorgeous and interesting. Like, it looks big, but obviously as you get closer, it really isn't. We ended up getting a quick snack at this sweet place. The employees were so jolly and animated and spoke really great English. I had the Mike Wazowski melon pan. On to our first ride, Beauty and the Beast. The ride was really good. I haven't seen any animatronics like this before. Oh yeah, and then after the Beauty and the Beast ride, they had like this popcorn cart, and they were selling like these popcorn buckets, and I was like, oh my god, I want one of Beauty and the Beast. It looks so pretty. Then we headed to America to go on this roller coaster. I thought this was the one that took a picture of you, but no, the coaster ride was mid. At this point, the fam was hungry for lunch, so we ate in this big Tomorrowland area while the Donald Duck parade passed by. So many people were sitting on the ground with their umbrellas and blankets. Big culture shock for me. I wanted to get a slot in the buffet restaurant they had there so we could try everything, but it said there would be a 2-hour wait. So if you want to try that, book it like 1 to 2 days before, because there's no way you can get it normally. But OMG, they had ketchup here. I miss you. Then we went to Small World. It was a really cute and slow ride. The song was cute and looped everywhere. After that, I saw they were selling these things called tortas. So good, so good. Best thing I ever tried. Then we headed to the Haunted Mansion. So yeah, I never watched this. I don't know if it was like a short movie series. I'm not sure what it was, but my mom watched it. Honestly, I think this ride is more beautiful than Beauty and the Beast, or maybe it's because I'm biased to like gothic stuff. Is that Eliza? I didn't know about this part of the ride, but I was so confused why they turned our little carts 180 and towards the ceiling. I turned to ask my mother about it and freaked out. Do not ride this with your mother unless you want to see her teeth and eyes glowing. Oh my god, I yelled. She found it hilarious and I was scared to death, but you know, whatever. We had one more ride before the fireworks show, so my siblings and I booked it to Splash Mountain. A longest wait out of everything because I think everyone else was thinking the same thing too. I tried to make a heart with my sister, but I totally failed when we saw the photos. I didn't get to try the alien mochi I saw online. My sister said she read online it just tasted like regular mochi, but I still wanted to try it, you know? Before the fireworks show started, we decided to take one more group photo with the castle lit at the night in the background. And a lady with a covered baby stroller came up and took a photo for us. We offered to take a photo for her and her baby in return, but she denied and revealed that there was no baby. My mom later told me that she probably was like security. And I was double shocked. I was like, wow. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Was she a spy? Like, I don't know. The fireworks show came with music. Really wonderful. Then we exited with everyone to go home. On the way home, the train station had gachapon machines on the side. And I saw Heartseal again. I decided to try to get Riddle, and I got him. Perfect way to end the day. Today we are going to Asakusa. On the way there, we saw a street full of these anime statues and we took pictures with them. I saw some cool vending machines and I didn't really get to try any of them because I wasn't that hungry and always carried my own water with me, which I think is like an American thing. Now that I think about it, no one else really carried water like that. So we got to the front entrance of the shrine and oh boy, is it packed. Shoulder to shoulder. I knew it was going to be crowded, but not that crowded. So many booths. They're just full of souvenirs. The prices are all different but still expensive. Everyone is filming with their phones. We finally arrived to the middle where the shrine is. I think the main shrine is inside there, but I decided to skip it since there was like a long line forming, and I to be honest, we didn't have a lot of time like that. But there was plenty of places to do your fortune, so we did that. I got average luck. Apparently, if you get a bad fortune, you're supposed to tie it up so it doesn't come true or something like that. I don't really remember, but there was a bunch of signs telling you to do that. They also had an Ito and matcha pop-up booth. After we explored the area, we exited to the left side of the shrine and passed by the food booths and made a turn into the small street. I don't know why, but the street reminded me of something I played in Roblox before. It was a bunch of small souvenir stores, street foods, and treats perfect for tourists. I came here because there was a melon pound treat that I saw on TikTok that looked really good. And guys, this was the best matcha treat I had the entire trip. My god, my mouth is watering from remembering the taste. We then walked to the next street, the vegan fruit sando. My mom saw this one on TikTok and wanted to try it, so we got some to go. They even gave us an ice pack, which was really nice. Like, we need to start doing that with cold treats. At first, I thought we missed them because they said they were out for deliveries, but they actually came back right away. They might be the owner and thus the only person running the shop. If so, OMG, bless their heart. Their street also had a bunch of stores that I think are slightly bigger than the street we were at. Parade passed by advertising something, no clue, but they looked cool while doing it. We also passed by the antique shop that had really cool home objects and ceramics. There was a bunch of other places I wanted to visit and try in this area, but time was ticking and I didn't want to fill my stomach up too much before lunch. We then had lunch at this beautiful yakiniku place. I think this was the first time I had Wagyu beef in Japan. So good. Afterwards, I kidnapped my mother to go to Ginza. Even if I didn't do my research beforehand, it was pretty clear like this place was for the rich. We were going to this facial salon I saw on TikTok. Yeah, I know a lot of places were places I saw on TikTok. But like I didn't have any bad experiences, so I'm gonna keep doing that, okay? Like I find like the best things on TikTok. I had a hard time finding the place because Google Maps had the wrong location and there was construction going on around the area. It led us to the street turned alleyway path and we ended up having to make like a right to turn to the street next to us, and that's where we found the building. This was my mother's first time going into this type of spa, so she was a little wary but managed to relax. Perfect for people who didn't want to do massages. A warning though, they do ask you to take off your clothes and jewelry. You can leave your pants on and put on the towel dress. It was nice. They had a calming ambience playing and all they really did was clean your face and put a bunch of creams on it. No like lasers, needles, or shaving. They also ask if you want your makeup done and we both said yes.
This is really embarrassing, but the girl who was doing my makeup, she was practicing her English with me and I was practicing my Japanese with her, and she was trying to tell me my eyelashes were long. Like she taught me like the word long and I was like, oh, okay. I think, and she kept saying it and I was like, why does she keep saying it? I understand her. I didn't realize I was supposed to say thank you. I did not register it as a compliment. I don't know why.
Before going back home, I knew there was a Daiso nearby. I think it was a flagship store as well, so we had to go there because I loved the Daiso in the States. It was one floor, but they still had a lot of stuff. I think I ended up buying a lot of last minute souvenirs here. In the same building as Daiso, there was a basement floor that I wanted to check out. It was a grocery store, really nice, but also crowded. We were leaving tomorrow, so nothing to really get here, but it was cool to look around. Another gift shop nearby was Hands, so we went there as well. So many floors in this place. Oh my god, we went to almost every single one here too. By the time we were done, it was downpouring like bad, so we rushed to the subway entrance with our umbrellas. By the time we got back home though, it stopped raining, so I guess we lucked out in that. We were hungry but didn't have dinner, but our feet were tired, so we ordered takeout from the Hungry Panda app. Not a lot of late night restaurants that do takeout are out in the open this late. It was like 9:30 p.m. but we managed to find something with the limited options we had. Also, thank God for 24/7 convenience because I needed more rice with my meal badly, and I managed to get a small pack of microwave rice that just hit right. That bath I took that night, ooh, it hit good. Oh, I didn't mention this, but this trip changed me from being a shower girl to a bath girl. Like, oh my god. If I had a bathtub that deep back at home, best believe I would take my bubble baths seriously. Listen, when your feet and legs are super sore, nothing feels better than just kicking up and relaxing in warm water, in my opinion. It felt like I was healing. Oh my god. Imagine if I went to an onsen. I think my life would have changed. I don't remember which day I did this, but I think I fell asleep at the bathtub at some point, and my mom banged at the door because she thought I passed out. So be careful. Started getting extra sentimental because, man, it's just my last night in Japan and I won't be able to sink in this bathtub this deep for a long time. Like, dang. First things first, we finished packing our bags and brought them down to the lobby so the luggage service could pick them up. I then headed to the konbini because I noticed they had a sticker printing machine. I think the hard part was figuring out the sizing and the color of the file because the colors unfortunately did not turn out exactly how I wanted them. I chose the large sheet option and I think it was 600 yen per sheet to print these stickers. After I printed my stickers, we checked out of our hotel and I dropped my family off at an arcade so I could do some last minute shopping, otome shopping, because to be honest, I wanted to buy kisa from Jack Jean and also Kai. Postcards are cool, but pins and keychains are even cooler. So I crossed Ikebukuro Station to get to the other side and get to Rejet Shop. I wish I did this some other day because I had to track my carry-on. That was small, but man, it's not fun to lug it around with shopping bags as well. Rejet Shop wasn't exactly a shop, but a medium-sized booth on this floor with other anime-related booths. First visited this Love Live booth. I'm actually not sure what this was because they had Love Live standees in the front, but also some IP I don't recognize. Next to that was Fantasy Village. They had some Genshin cardboard cutouts in the front, and inside was all the Hyoverse related IPs, except Zenless Zone Zero and Tears of Themis. They also had cosplays here. Is this like the Hyoverse official cosplay? If so, crazy. I did not know they sold that stuff. I think they had almost every character here, or the popular ones at least, because I've seen these people on my timeline tons of times before. Next to Fantasy Village was another booth that seemed separate. I found Tears of Themis here. Reverse 199. I think these are mostly IPs from China as well. I'm not sure. The merch they offer here is really diverse. Next booth was Anime Store. I think that's what it's called, or Anime Zone, I forgot. Didn't spend too much time here, but they had Sanrio, and I already got my Sanrio thing, so I wasn't interested. Finally, the Rejet Shop. There was like 2 other people here, not as crowded as Fantasy Village for sure. They had no filming signs up, so I couldn't show too much, but it was a lot of drama CDs from not only Diabolical Lovers, but their other IPs as well. Next up was the Otome building. It is so tiny. I don't know why. I thought Otome was big in Japan, bro. For Otome, one of the most popular companies that makes console Otome games, to have a building this small hurts so much. We really are niche. This building isn't really for merch. I think it's more for pop-up cafes and events. The pop-up cafe this time around was for this cute chibi ninja show that I have no clue what it is. A lot of people are lined up for it though, so that's cool. I looked around and grabbed this promotional pamphlet that I had on display and stared at some posters advertising Otome games that I'll probably won't see localized for years, and then got on the elevator. I wanted to just window shop at this one floor here, the jewelry shop called You Treasure. I don't remember seeing a whole lot of Otome in here, but they had a bunch of different anime IPs, like Twist. These were all made out of real silver, so the price was pretty expensive, but damn, were these rings skinny. Sure, it's subtle, but I don't think they were worth it at all. They also only offer 2 ring sizes here, so yeah, if you got big hands, you're out of luck, I think. Time was running out, so I had one more place to stop by, and it was the K-Books. I know there's a K-Books that just had Otome stuff in it, but for the life of me, I couldn't find it. I ended up going to this one here, but it had like rhythm gacha game merch, like Project Sekai, so that didn't work out. I then found another K-Books nearby that had Jose Muke stuff, so I was close. They also had a basement floor with the big sign that said bunch of words in Japanese and then BL, so I was like, oh no, Otome, just BL. I considered going down, but I was like, I really shouldn't take any more detours. I need to lock in because my time is almost up and these shopping bags are getting heavy. It's so hot up here. I can feel just the heat coming from down there as well. It's probably hotter down there. Guys, I was wrong. It wasn't just BL. It was otome too. I was right there, and I didn't go down. With no new otome merch, I had to lug my carry-on back and meet up with my fam who got lunch at Wendy's. It was good, but my otome merch, I missed out. And so that was that. We went to the station. I got this cute little dorayaki treat, got on the train, and I'm at the airport. The plane was still crowded as ever, and that was it. We were back home. It was over. I really did need more days to stay there, bro. I saved up so long for this trip and had a blast, and I had so many good memories and souvenirs too. And the fact that this was only Tokyo blows my mind, and I'm really happy that my family enjoyed the trip as well. I guess I'll debunk some myths about Japan that I saw online, and then I'll end the video. Japan is cheap. No, it's not. The plane tickets are even more expensive now than when I got them. Maybe it would have been cheaper if I explored outside of Tokyo. The only thing that's really still cheaper in the US is eating out and maybe groceries. It's lonely. I don't think I would describe the social life here as lonely, because in Tokyo there's a bunch of really sweet, social, and talkative people I met that are super duper friendly. But then again, I only stayed a week, so take my word with a grain of salt. Not everyone is like that though. I think people are just tired. It's the same kind of tiredness that I am back home. Politics, news, the economy isn't doing well, all that kind of stuff weighs down on people and doesn't really put them in a mood to just be talkative. You're just stressed out or apathetic. And oh my god, I've seen like really, whenever I went back home during the night after like a day out, I would see people like coming back from work at like 9 p.m. And I saw this dude literally holding and clutching his thighs because it hurt for him to walk down the stairs to go home. It shocked me. I'm like, and thankfully he had a friend there to help him down, but like, what if he didn't? You know what I mean? He had to suffer and go down like that. I don't think I've ever been overworked like that in a day in my life or something like that. It's crazy. Working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's a 12-hour shift for an office job? I'm not sure how they cope with it, but I'm sure it's different person to person, just like in America. Japan has over-tourism. Actually, this one is very correct. Like, yes, Tokyo is covered with tourists. I don't think there was a single place that I went to that I didn't see a tourist with me. Or, you know, there was traces of a tourist being here. And you could tell it has been for a while because of the amount of English written everywhere. And how some stores have PA announcements in multiple languages. Every part of the city reformed itself to make itself more tourist friendly. Kind of sad when you think about it, because usually when these big projects take place, the city ends up sacrificing a lot of its local culture in the process. I don't know what's the solution to this, but they fixed it. But yeah, it was really nice to visit Japan. I definitely want to go back. I definitely want to try a bunch of other things that I didn't try. I did not get to go to a live concert. I did not get to go to a Twist pop-up event. I didn't get to go to an onsen. I didn't get to go visit outside of Tokyo. I didn't get to go to the Studio Ghibli parks that I wanted to get. I kind of failed at getting the reservations. There's a bunch of places that I really want to go to and so much to explore. Yeah, I feel like I barely scratched the surface of what Japan life is really like. But it was nice, you know, doing the mundane things and going to the konbini and grocery stores, having a deep bathtub. That really brought the vacation stuff together for me. Yeah, it was nice to escape for a little while. Until next time.